Hey everyone, and welcome back to the It's Good to Talk podcast, as well as Lobau Spark. Now, if my tone is off, I'm going to tell you why. It's because we've done this one already. We've done it as a dual one already, and then there was a corruption. But that's because I'm over here, so I'm working on different stuff. But that's kind of the point, as what we're going to talk about is the fact that I'm over here. But I just want you to know my tone. Anyway, how you doing?
I was a corrupt one. I was a corrupt one that corrupted.
But it's like, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I was doing better about an hour ago.
We had this amazing episode about going through all of the reasons why my medication isn't working, and flew in town to help me from overseas. And I just, it kills me that got deleted. Like it just, but mental health, we'll dwell on it for the next.
See, anybody that's watching, because this is a dual one, if I haven't made that clear. So this is going up on both Lobau Spark podcast as well as It's Good to Talk. So obviously there are certain things that I would call out, like the maker of my laptop, but we're on Lobau, so I won't. But
we'll call it out on yours.
But yeah, so I mean, it's like we were saying, we were talking about the fact that obviously you've had issues recently with medication and
bad issues.
So that's kind of part of the reason that I'm here. It's the reason that we're doing it like this. It's the reason that some of you on Lobau's channel may already recognize me, because I've been the guest host for the past couple of them. And I did say on the last one, I don't know who is next. I don't know if it's me back, or I don't know. Both of us.
Well, I wouldn't come back without you. I'll tell you that right now, because my voice is, and if you, I can't believe that this happens to me, but my voice is not my normal, like, just overcome it superhero thing. I struggle big time with medication side effects, and I've decided to wean myself off of Adderall to a certain point.
The dosage, yeah.
The dosage. It's the dosage that matters. And I had to go through the withdrawals and everything. And just said, hey, I'll fly over from England and I'll just sit there and just let me know what you need. I'm like, what the fuck kind of friend are you? Like, what?
Again, I will say,
I know you travel.
I will say, I travel. I mean, anyone from my channel, you'll know more, because I talk about the fact that I travel on the thing, and I think I've talked about it as travel being something that helps mental health as well, at least for me. So it's not as, I don't see it as big, because hey, I would, if I wasn't here, I'd be, I don't know. Well, actually, I know exactly where I'd be. Anyone from England, you know exactly where I'd be right now.
Oh God,
I'd be in Germany, because the Euros are on. And in fact, the Euros are going to be finished when I get back, so I may still go to Germany. But yeah, so I'd still be traveling for my own mental health, if anything else as well. So it's been
fun to spend, like, to have you here. Because I know I have someone who understands. Like, my friends understand. They get it. My wife understands, but they don't understand.
But yeah,
but you actually understand. So it's like,
it's that understanding of not understanding, which is so helpful. Like it's that I can't remember the politician that said it now. Yes, I do. Donald Rumsfeld. We don't know what we don't know. It's we don't understand what we don't understand. But knowing that you don't can be so helpful, because it's like, instead of trying to fix everyone, that's doesn't think in a certain way to you, like going, well, you're autistic, you're ADHD, I can make you normal. It's just going, you know what? I have no fucking idea what you're going through. So what do you need? And we'll figure something out. Like, it's so much better than just, because I think mental health gets too much sympathy. And I mean that in terms of people want to go, oh,
right,
okay,
right.
And it's like, no, I'm a human, I'm normal, I'm adult. Just allow me to do things and think things how I do them.
It makes it worse when it's
absolutely.
It makes it worse.
Yeah,
because then you feel pitied, which makes your mental health worse. Again,
yeah, it just makes it worse and worse.
Side effects from. I'm sorry, guys. I will be back to my aggressive mentality soon enough. But yeah, no, it helps to have people around. It just does. And like you were saying in the episode that got deleted from your laptop, well, we're on mine now, by the way.
Actually, well, I mean, we're on a computer now rather than laptop. That's the difference. I couldn't bring mine. I have a gaming computer. I wasn't going to bring that across the. I'm not paying for fucking check-in.
But it hurts when like you were talking about when you ground your child, and
yeah.
It's like that outlet is
absolutely
so massive.
Oh yeah. If anyone's wondering what we mean by this, by the way, it's the fact that a lot of people, we have support groups, and all of us have support groups in different ways. And by the way, parents, so do you. Each other for a fucking start. Or a mother's meeting, or the pub where the dads go, whatever it is, you have some kind of support group. The biggest support group for a lot of kids is maybe playing with their friends. So when you go, oh, you've been bad, I'm going to ground you. Great. Now they're going to be more of a dick because they may be having a bad time. So they played up. Now you've taken away their support group of how they would kind of potentially get through what was going on, and you expect them to be better. Like, no, find a punishment that doesn't hurt them. Tell them they've got to mow the lawn. Tell them they've got, the dishes. Something that's actually, hey, this is a punishment, but it's not harmful to them.
Make them do, sorry guys, again, make them do something that doesn't matter. Because all we want to do are things that matter.
Yeah, something that's not going to keep them away from something that helps them.
Yeah.
Whereas just grounding them, or the worst one is like, hey, I want to ground you, and I want to take away your phone. Oh, great. No, I have no way of getting help in any way.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
it makes it worse. And I'm grateful to you for coming over here and taking care of me for a little bit. I mean,
it's all right.
Oh. Don't fucking pity me. Okay.
No, that was just because you're short.
The house.
That's just because you're so far down there.
I know.
But
I can take a short joke.
You'd have to being that short.
I know. I'm like 5'5". Okay.
Yeah, if you're wondering, because I've actually in the past, so many people seem to think that I'm short for some reason. I'm 6'2", motherfuckers.
Broad shoulders.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing we put on our kids that they need to be punished in a certain way, or I think it's like people need support, and before anyone wants to make a comment, I mean, if you do, fucking go for it. But before anyone wants to go with the, oh yeah, but people were tougher back in my day. No, they suffered from PTSD and drank for their entire life because you didn't let them deal with their mental health. Like, just because people are talking about their mental health now doesn't mean that they're weaker. It means they're actually opening up.
It's stronger.
Yeah. Think about how many people won't talk about mental health because of, what's going to come back on them.
Right. It makes you stronger. And honestly, after the first recording, first recording that got, it's a side effect of medication is cottonmouth. And I can't right now. It's hard for me.
I'm trying to avoid those snakes whilst I'm out here as well. They're called cottonmouth.
Oh, those are easy. This kind of cottonmouth is ridiculous. I wanted certain parts of the last episode edited out, and I was like, no, there's no chance because we need to show both sides.
Yeah,
and I agree now.
Yeah, it's definitely something. It's like people should, because I think it's something that so many of us, especially if we've spent a lot of our lives being talked down to or put in a separate, it's that kind of, you're not allowed to be weak. It's like, well, actually, everyone is at some point.
Yeah.
Everyone shows weakness or has something there, and they need to be vulnerable. And it's important that they know that they can be, because otherwise all they see is someone that's indestructible. And it's like, well, actually,
I know. I always wanted to be indestructible, but apparently I can't be. Like, that's not ow.
See,
I would hit you back, but
it's like a lot of things, even, and I made the comment a minute ago off camera, even Superman had kryptonite. It's just
my kryptonite is not being able to activate. That is literally, I've had imaging done on my brain. ADHD is a real thing, and I do need some dopamine to get going, but I don't need to have
Yes, only
outrageous
serotonin.
amounts.
Well, that's the thing. It's just
like that's
you're
so
rewiring your brain at the moment
because
and
it's momentum. It's momentum,
it's
and that
trying to trying fucking hell, it's happening to me now. Trying to trying to rewire your brain in terms of making it do stuff when you've been used to it for so long, for 20 years, is difficult because it's like, well.
Yeah,
your brain's going. Well, which fucking direction am I going now? What's happening? By the way, guys, I know that the camera is going up and down a lot. It's because it's because of this fuck. But no, it's a camera on top of a screen. It's not our normal setup. Look, this isn't my office, and it isn't his office.
No.
Clearly,
we're out in the middle of nowhere. We're out in the middle of nowhere.
We're in the middle of. Behind us is like water and. I literally forgot the word for grass. Jesus Christ. I was going to say greenery instead of grass. So, yeah, I'm really annoyed about the last one.
Choose the people you hang out with. Careful.
But yeah, I mean, you need that. It's the activation thing. It's the Duracell bunny thing. It's the like a lot of people. I mean, it's a bit like that. But you get that to a point with depression as well, when certain people have that kind of funk. I hate that word, but it's the best one. Where you just can't get anywhere. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's not that you don't want to, it's executive dysfunction. You physically, tell someone you have 5,000 things to do. By the way, here's a weighted blanket and some kettlebells. Get up.
Yeah.
Like
that's a good analogy, actually. It's just been hard to first comes the withdrawals, then comes the how do I restructure everything to be myself? Because medication gives me the ability to be myself. I'm always going to be the intense, I will help you, I will do anything for you, whatever. But I lost that because I was having so many side effects that outweighed that ability.
Yeah.
And now I've strung together 3 good days. I know that it could change, but I'm thankful for the 3 good days.
Well, I mean, taking advantage of the good is always
absolutely.
That's the thing.
So we're doing this. I mean, 2 days ago, there's a shot in hell.
I'd have just had him half asleep and just been like, but yeah,
I locked my door.
It's wooden. What's it going to
do? Oh God.
But it's I've just come through the walls. But it's
that's reassuring.
American housemaking. But it's for anyone's wondering, by the way, it's just a joke I have because obviously US you have hurricanes and shit, so you maybe don't want to have a brick house. In the UK, it's no, it's brick. It's not going anywhere.
Hurricanes.
Well, hopefully only one at a time. But yeah, it is that activation. It's getting going and having. I think, but that's important as well to realize that you can take advantage of the days when they're good and try and do stuff. That's why you find, especially with ADHD, you find people suddenly get this burst of energy and then they're fuck all because it's like, well, I need to do stuff now because why can't I? It has to happen
so
now.
Much energy to get to that point where you could do something. That once that task is completed, like after this episode, it's going to be, oh shit, what do I have to do next? But momentum can sustain itself. And I think that doing this and having that issue earlier has actually invigorated me.
Oh, now me off. He's fine.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Car, got my computer, got my, all this shit.
I see how this works.
Yeah.
Maybe he did corrupt the fucking file. But it's one of those things where it's the immediacy of energy as well. I find a lot with neurotypicals, this isn't across the board, but I find a lot when you want to do something like, right, let's do it now. Like, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. No, that's not what I said, is it? I said now.
Yeah.
Like if I said now, I didn't say 2 minutes ago. I didn't say 2 minutes ago. Now.
I really wish we had set up a camera in there when that went wrong because I wasn't talking. I just set up the computer. I was so excited.
I was trying to
do something.
I was there trying to recover the corrupted files, just getting more and more pissed off. This is the problem. If you're ever doing work abroad, by the way, if you're a digital nomad similar to me, just double check, copy everything because. Fuck's sake, your laptop is never as powerful as your computer at home. Anyway,
I think I've had it on mute this whole time. No,
I know it hasn't. Oh no. You think I wouldn't have checked that? If anyone ever watched the
Wouldn't that
podcast
be
with Lobel,
Oh yeah.
imagine having check-ins with this fucker. He's pressing the mute, Lobel, can't hear you.
Actually, to give you credit, this is your microphone.
It is.
So okay. It's not attached to a. It's not my microphone that has. Let's see. This over the mute button.
ADHD way of dealing with things.
Correct.
but yeah, I mean, it's important to get that kind of momentum going.
It is,
and
you have helped me do that because you're a good friend, and I feel that friendship is a massive solution to mental health issues.
I think mental health issues can be helpful, are helped by the thing that individual needs there to be helped with. Some need drugs.
I need both. I need drugs and friends. Like that's it. That's it.
I'll say friends with drugs, but then that gets dodgy.
That's the group episode.
But it's everyone has that. Some people need meds, some people don't need meds, some people need talking therapy, some people don't. I mean, I'm useless on meds. I'm useless with talking therapy.
Right.
I have other therapies. I have much more moving therapies. I have other things that I do that I get from that.
Right.
Because meds literally did nothing to me after a while. Because I used to take them.
Okay, that brings up a good point.
Lobel Spark is proudly supported by Leo Guinan, Kirk Hofstrom, Casey Elliott, Sarah Delano, Justin Allingham, Blushing Crafter, Jamie Young, and Beth Jones. It is now also supported by 14 anonymous supporters. And I understand that completely. I know I can swear and all that kind of shit. If you want to support it and be anonymous, I get it. I get it. Whether you want to be mentioned by name or remain anonymous, this podcast does not exist without all of you. And I love you.
I do want to go into this. Is the when you get used to meds, is that a thing? It's
the efficacy of the individual drug up to a certain point, but the drugs are on.
Is that why I was prescribed so much, year after year, which is basically, oh, it's working. I mean, or it's not working. It's like, oh, let's up it 5 milligrams.
Yeah, that's just called. That's just called really poor medical attitude.
America, by the way.
No. I didn't say America. I said really poor medical approach, because a really poor medical approach is just going to go, oh, 1, well, now 2, now 3, now 4, now 5, now 6. It's like, no.
Yeah, that gets to the person. That's it.
You need to understand hey, maybe this isn't the right meds. Maybe we can yeah. Oh, you should be doing this and this. But sometimes people are just going to go, oh, it's just,
they just throw pills at it.
And that's the problem. Yeah. And that's
the issue. How I ended up.
So when I was on meds, when I was younger, especially, it was just like, oh, that's not right for you. These just well, you're just not someone who's going to get something out of the medication that we have available. Okay, cool. What's my approach is now? Okay, well, we can refer you to these people to do this. No, that's how it was.
It could be a strategy. It could be a
I mean, strategies need to be in place for people, and that's the thing, that it needs to be in place. When my issue with and the thing about that it just being poor medical attention is, I mean, it happens worldwide. Is when people just go, oh, we'll just make it double the dose then. What the fuck? What?
Well, that I'll never forget. My first psychiatrist was age 5 and
well, they were, or you?
both of us were 5 years old.
Yeah.
And no, and she was like, I think we need to up the dosage. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing what the doctors tell you to do. And it worked for years. Then I got older. Now I'm 42 years old, and the side effects of that massive amount of a dose for someone who's 5 that says ow when you do this is probably not the best route to go. But at least I do think ADHD people and mental health, anyone that suffers from mental health, have a grind it to death mentality, which is, I can fix this, but I have to do it myself.
But that's half the point of having those things where there should be proper reviews.
Right. But having someone encourage you like you have, it gets you there quicker. Like, if you have no one there to pump you up, to be like, yeah, this is going to suck, but let's go. That is a massive thing.
It's just because he's small enough, I can pick him up and run. But I mean, yeah, but it's part. It should always be part of it. Like there needs to be if you're doing a review from Ed or you're doing anything like that, it can't just be well, it's not working very well. We're doubling. It needs to be the kind of okay, so what else has been happening?
Right.
This is an actual review, not a you need a different. It's a review, and it may just be they could just say, hey, actually, meds are no good for you. Looking at what's happening,
yeah,
actually made a mistake. And that should be.
Well, it goes back to the 12-year-old kid in the classroom that it's like, oh, they can't sit still.
Yeah.
Here's some amphetamines.
Yeah.
Here's some, they throw that shit at people. It's like, why?
Yeah. And then when you're an adult and do need it, they'll just go, well, you don't have it. You're an adult. What are you on about? Because we apparently we don't know how it fucking works.
Well, and also ADHD in adulthood is way worse than it is when you're a kid, because when you're a kid, you go to recess.
But you make sense as well.
You mentioned recess. And
yeah, because you have that outlet, and the thing is people are willing to deal with the fact that you're all over the place.
Yeah,
you do that as an adult, and people aren't willing necessarily to deal with that fact, and so that's why it becomes far more of a hindrance to your life than when you're a kid and everyone's going to go, oh God, there's little Timmy. Whereas when you're an adult, it's like, why isn't Charles in the office? Like it's
just ridiculous. I used to thrive at recess. With math. Get me back to recess.
I'm going to point out the same thing as the last time. Mrs. Patel, you need to learn, you're probably not teaching anymore, but I thrived in maths class, and only because my teacher was shit. But it was, it's one of those things that you need to actually have those reviews. You need to do it. And we throw an idea at mental health that it's better, and I just don't think it is. I don't think people have got better in society at recognizing it. I think the stigma is basically just the same. I think we've got really good at pretending that it's fine.
Yeah,
we can really good at going, oh look, we've got this mental health day, World Mental Health Day.
Yeah, but that's like saying we have an AIDS day.
No, my biggest issue,
like people are.
My biggest issue with World Mental Health,
people who don't have AIDS or cancer just don't give a shit.
Well, no, it's not just that. So it's not just that. Not my bigger issue with World Mental Health Day is with World Mental Health Day, they literally will pretend. They'll be like, hey, we're doing this. They'll have a poster up. It'll be Starbucks or whatever. There'll be a poster up saying, hey, we're doing all this for mental health. Blah, blah, blah. The very next day.
Yep. Posters down.
I was going to say, very next day, someone's sick, they can't come into work. Get into work. Where's the mental health fucking looking up? Where's all that? Like what? If you, I've done this over and over again. I did this when I was a Twitch streamer. I said this since every single time. I will never, ever support World Mental Health Day, because every day is a fucking mental health day if you're struggling. It's got nothing to do with it. World Mental Health Day, all it does is it allows people to pretend they give a shit when they don't. How about we change the stigma? We change the way that people look at it, rather than pretend that it's been solved, which it just hasn't. And then just somebody we both had on our podcast before,
yes.
Which is Leah. She's been on both. Has explained before that when she was at university, because of the way that it was set up, because there's a theme to World Mental Health Day every year. Fuck off with your themes. We're mental. We need help. She literally got given cress. The shit you put in a fucking salad.
Wait,
she got given cress.
I don't know what that is.
It's like you put it in egg cress and stuff, like the little leaves. She literally got given cress. That was the thing to go and grow. That was what they did at her university for World Mental Health Day. And then they get to put on their website, look, we interacted with students from World Mental Health Day. No, you did fuck all. Like, it really annoys me. World Mental Health Day is one of my biggest bugbears, because they do nothing. And then they give the theme thing really annoys me as well, because why are you giving me a theme? Why do you need a theme of the environment? Well, that's great. And there should be things, and there are things for the environment. But my mental health is if it's World Mental Health Day, let's talk about mental health. Like, I don't know, let's have the entire day with each news broadcast have psychiatrists on them and talk about mental health. Let's have it that we, actually do something for mental health, or the one that I really want to say the university, but this is also on your podcast.
No.
So I won't. But there is one university, and if you recognize my face, I worked there, so you know exactly who you fucking are. Had a flash dance in a cafeteria that did not have any other exits other than going past the flash dancers. This was their way to celebrate World Mental Health. Anxiety exists. Social anxiety exists. Meaning, if you have a flash dance in the way of all exits, stopping anybody going out of the way, and physically mean that people are then exposed to it, and you can't escape, and now particularly bring some kind of embarrassment to that person, maybe, just maybe, you made the fucking mental health worse. People need to actually think about it and do stuff to do with mental health every day rather than this throwaway bullshit. I don't think mental health has improved at all. We just pretend a lot and it pisses me off, and I will stop ranting.
Poke the bear. I found that one thing. I didn't have to do any work there. That was great. No, but I think we have come a long way in terms of people understanding each other that go through mental health.
I really don't think there's been any movement.
Really, you flew over from England to help me.
And 20 years ago, 30 years ago, same thing. I don't think the actual in society.
Oh, no, not in society.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Pockets.
Well, no, yeah. But what I'm saying is, as a society, and the problem is, if society doesn't change, nothing else does.
Okay.
Because it trickles down.
Okay, so we need you for that because you're a politician. So
I was. It's been a while. But yeah, it just gets very irritating that you because.
But the only thing that we can help now is each other in this, because if society is not adapting.
Well, no, we make society adapt because we're in society. We make them. We make it so they can't
like this is what helps.
Well, yeah, no, I agree, but we just can't. I think too many times we rest on our laurels and just kind of not particularly us, but us as a thing. Just go, oh, it hasn't improved. No, and we need to make that point.
I agree with you on that.
That's because
that's not approved.
Too many times we just rest and go, oh, it's doing a little bit better. No. We need to reaffirm the fact that this is shit. It's been shit for a long time. I don't think it's improved since Maggie Thatcher. It's not. But 1979 to 1990, she was Prime Minister of the UK. But she was, it's just ridiculous that we have that thing. Anyway, I don't know. We've been talking for a while. I don't know if there was anything. I think we probably have gone over a lot of the points, probably repeated ourselves because we can't remember what we said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but it's fun. We're here in real life. This is not a Zoom call. I mean, it is, but we're here in real life.
This is just really good editing.
Me. It matters to me. It's my whole fucking point.
It's exceptional editing. That's all it is. But yeah,
it's not here.
So, if you're coming in from It's Good to Talk, as always, if you've made it to this point, go get yourself a cookie. You deserve it. And then, obviously,
if you're coming from Low Val Spark, what are you most proud of today?
That I haven't broken my laptop in two.
That is progress.
I have spare one at home. Anyway,
love you all.
Guys.